Well, GOP Senator Ted Cruz chaired a foreign relations hearing examining how to stop the spread of the coronavirus, and he joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
Good to be with you. How should we be responding when you read the headlines at Facebook? The Seattle office is shut down because someone tested positive. You have Amazon cracking down on price gouging. You have Pence touring the surgical mask plant. The cruise ship linked to the virus death is held off the coast of San Francisco. People are getting scared. What do we need to do?
Sure. Well, look, this virus is serious, and we need to treat it seriously. There are worldwide now over 95,000 confirmed cases with the virus. We have over 3,200 people who have died. Now, the vast majority of those infections, the vast majority of those deaths have been in China. The spread to the United States is still relatively limited. As you noted, I chaired a hearing yesterday with the Center for Disease Control and with the Border Patrol and the Department of Transportation to talk about what steps are we taking to secure our borders, to screen people. And one of the things that we heard testimony from the doctors and the experts is that when the president froze civilian air travel to and from China, and he did that right at the beginning of this outbreak, that step, along with quarantining any Americans coming back from the infected region, the two of those were unprecedented, number one, but number two, played a major role in stopping the spread of the virus. And as a consequence, we have slightly over 100 cases in the United States. That's far too many. We have 11 fatalities in the United States. That's far too many. But had the president not acted swiftly at the outset, the testimony we heard yesterday is that those numbers in the U.S. would have been much, much higher. We need to keep doing everything possible to stop the spread of the disease, but we also shouldn't give in to panic or hysteria. We should be driven by facts and medical science.
Exactly, and that's why it's been so helpful that the administration, late in the day, a number of days, has produced some of the speakers regarding it to give us a very latest update. Meanwhile, Senator, it sounds like Mitch McConnell today may have strong words on the floor toward the minority leader, Chuck Schumer. We've got some tape of Mr. Schumer yesterday in front of the Supreme Court, and by name, it sounds like he's threatening two Supreme Court justices over an abortion case that they were hearing yesterday. Listen to this.
I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price.
So you will pay the price. Yeah. And his spokesperson came out later and said, you know, they were just talking about really Senate Republicans, not those two. That seems crazy, crazy spin.
Well, look, it's obvious that the spokesperson is trying to dig Chuck Schumer out of the hole he dug for himself. You heard the word Schumer said there. He said, I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh.
And he
wasn't talking to Senate Republicans. He was talking to those two justices. He was threatening them quite directly. You will reap the whirlwind. You will pay the price. That is an unambiguous threat. Now, whether it's a threat of political retribution or something even worse, that's not clear. But whatever it is, it's judicial intimidation. It's not right. It is unacceptable. And I think Chuck Schumer should apologize. By the way, his spokesperson that put out the deliberate lie that he was talking to Senate Republicans, yeah, his spokesperson ought to apologize for lying to people, too. And I'll tell you, I think the Senate should seriously consider taking disciplinary steps when you have the leader of one of the two parties going to the steps of the Supreme Court, threatening and trying to intimidate Supreme Court justices. That undermines the rule of law. It undermines the judiciary, and it's just flat out wrong.
Well, what will the punishment be?
Well, one of the possibilities that's being debated is censure, and I think that's something we should consider very seriously. Chuck Schumer crossed a line. The Senate Democrats had been getting worse and worse. We saw last year Senator Sheldon Whitehouse led a letter of a bunch of senators threatening to pack the court to try to add additional justices to the court if the justices didn't rule the way he wanted to on a Second Amendment case. He wants them to gut the Second Amendment. Chuck Schumer wants the Supreme Court to uphold unlimited abortion on demand in every circumstance with no limitations whatsoever. Both of those are extreme positions. But where Senate Democrats are right now, they're so angry that they're willing to try to get what they want through threats and through really naked intimidation.
Well, it's really something we've been talking about this morning. Senator Ted Cruz from the great state of Texas. Sir, thank you very much for joining us today from Statuary.
Thanks, Senator.
It's great to be with you.
All right.